Returning to the Crypto Q media channel brings us joy. The cloudy month of June has passed, the sun is shining in San Diego, and the truth about the digital revolution is finally visible to all. All I asked was that you all give this video a like, share it, and put an X in the comments if you found hearing about Ripple and XRP interesting. Here we provide Ripple USD, a stable coin that offers stability and transparency on the XRP ledger with a 1-to-1 USD backend. Ethereum will be released later this year. Their terms for it are the real coin and Ripple coin, and we'll get to that in a second. Over the last 2 days, I've been in Washington, D.C., with more than a dozen senators from both the Democratic and Republican parties to discuss safeguarding crypto users and laying out transparent regulations for the sector. With the passage of House Bill 21, there is strong bipartisan support to bring it up for consideration in the Senate. It is heartening to see that the crypto vote is having an impact. One of my favorite people in the world is Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase. I see a warrior in him. He is, in my view, a dedicated champion for this sector. On top of that, we have definitely seen him on the Hill previously. While perusing fintech finance news this morning, I came across an article that I felt compelled to share with other digital asset holders, including yourself and me. It is my opinion that no one else saw this. That being said, a climate risk platform blueprint is now under development and has been shared in this post by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the Bank of International Settlements, and the Singapore Innovation Center. Additionally, the impacts of global warming were mentioned. At the Bank for International Settlements, what exactly is the composition of the task force? A proactive and adaptable strategy for the global financial markets is in high demand. Explained Ripple. How amazing isn't it how everything works together? Those of us who really pay attention do not let this slip our minds even for a moment. Our intentions have never been more clear, so they are free to hate us to the moon and back. At some point, haters will hate. They will accuse us of being completely mad. On the other hand, I hold the people responsible accountable who can't see the obvious. Such individuals are insane. When Justin hears her mentor say that trading in US dollars and euros on the Moscow Stock Exchange in Russia has officially stopped, she knows things are getting out of hand. Of that, we are cognizant. It is common knowledge that the BRICS nations are responding to the Chinese president's request for an inclusive and diverse internet economy. The XRPL open permissionless protocol intrigues me. Thus, it is unable to detect borders, isn't it? To it, nations don't exist. This global network will supply the digital backbone for the next monetary system. It includes SWIFT, actual US dollars, actual British pounds, actual Japanese yen, and so on. What steps, given the current state of affairs, are necessary to establish a connection to a digital asset network that is interconnected with all banks in the nation, including the biggest ones? While we may not be familiar with every single bank in the world, we are well informed about the hundreds, if not hundreds, of large international banks with whom they have collaborated or are currently working. Thousands of banks have used XRPL to process transactions, and an unknown number of others have probably kept their non-disclosure agreements under wraps. Naturally, we have been discussing Saudi Arabia and its ties to Ripple ever since the Saudi Arabian Central Bank partnered with Ripple in 2018, the first year we observed their connections with Ripple. Due to the lack of a successor agreement to the petrodollar accord, which has been in force for half a century, Saudi Arabia will now trade its oil in a variety of currencies, including the US dollar, euros, yen yuan, and the Chinese RMB. Also, tomorrow saw the release of the latest SEC report by Eleanor Terra and CFTC head Gary Gensler. The Senate Appropriations Committee will hear the chair's statement at 10 a.m. I will, of course, keep you all posted on any new information, but the SEC has asked me to attest to 2 points about their examination into the anticipated budget demands for 2025. I will tell you all and keep you updated in real time. The CFTC has sought roughly $2.6 billion. We will have the opportunity to ask the chair and vice chair policy questions. Digital assets will likely come up, and there will only be about 400 million senators asked. Here is the news story that sent stock prices skyrocketing today. Unpredictable decline in U.S. inflation hits 3.3%. The Federal Reserve, however, has decided to leave interest rates constant and has indicated that just one rate decrease is conceivable. The need to lower interest rates in order to stimulate the economy was already generally expected. And that, too, will cause prices to rise. As of this writing, the CPI is at 3.3. Their assertions indicate that inflation is substantially greater. Insurance, transportation, hospital auto repairs, power, and many other necessities have become prohibitively expensive due to the 38 consecutive months of inflation over 3% and the data continuing to build on top of years of already inflated pricing. Due to the compounding impact of inflation, half of the American population believes that we are in a recession, and affordability is becoming more difficult. You should be pleased of yourself if you're even partly involved in the cryptocurrency market, because a lot of people don't have the resources to put aside and invest in digital assets like XRP. Blockchain, like the internet, will achieve universal use by integrating with other technologies. The following year, seeing that the blockchain effort is gaining traction makes me very happy, and more businesses are joining the bandwagon. Not the year itself, but the abstraction layers that people are constructing to make these technologies more accessible and user-friendly is what has me most excited about this year. This is crucial for the industry overall, particularly the XRPL, and I can't wait to watch what happens. Well, those are crucial significance. As Tom or Weller, we're achieving tremendous progress, and what's more, we require a compliant, transparent free stable currency. The genuine article, rippling steady coin. Who was previously employed by Media Lab and is currently Stellar's product manager. Forward this to everyone you know right now. The real Brad, please. Kenny Bradland. This is the house. Starlight is a blockchain network that has a clear product market fit for real-world use cases and can issue real USD in 2024. It's worth looking into. I completely agree with you. David Schwartz, who is a Ripple representative, can make a contribution to XRPL Apex, and financial innovation is leading the charge of Stellar. Observe this comprehensive roster. View this comprehensive catalog. Their 12-year infrastructure project is among my proudest achievements. With the latest announcements from the Digital Pound Foundation in anticipation of the USD debut, our collaborations with banks and other financial organizations are boosting our progress, and more students are joining every day. Yesterday, the Digital Pound Foundation revealed that their USD-backed stablecoin Ripple had successfully acquired conventional custody and trust. Jack McDonald, CEO of Standard Custody, is now doubling down on this and blowing smoke, and these folks have deep roots. The software provider and DTC have joined forces. To introduce the Eon product, our trio will be using our trio. Our 3 XRP blockchains handle more than 100,000 transactions per day, with a delay, while the DTCC team handles more than 2.3 quadrillion. We are now acquiring the Quarta distributed ledger technology. This made me laugh out loud, you guys. Maybe you've heard of this before. Have you? I'm not sure. Greg was totally right. Share this tweet with others. On May 16, 2011, to be exact. He continued by saying it was a poor decision to sell my 1,700 Bitcoin for 30 cents instead of the 6 pennies they were actually worth. That is the end of the video. It would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe and like my channel. Thank you so much. Leave.